Hello and welcome to Clash of the Masterminds. I'm your host SeoulStEaL, and today we're casting another replay of these two titans on Waterfall. At the bottom left, we have ourselves the yellow Zerg. It is Serral. And the top right, we have ourselves the purple Terran. It's Maru. Alright, so last game we saw Maru do a proxy T-Rex opener, which is kind of his signature move. Ever since I started watching StarCraft 2 again in 2019. And both players had a pretty close matchup against one another. I'm kind of curious to see what Maru's got in store for Serral this time around. Looking like a standard opening, though, for Maru. Doing a barracks reactor. Not reactor, sorry. Barracks refinery. Serral going to hatch. See if he's going to go gas pool. Looking fairly standard, though. Who knows? Maybe Serral will surprise us and give us a 3 hatch or 4 pool. That would be pretty sweet. Nope. Okay. He's just doing hatch really late gas pool. Which, to me, it's late, but it's actually kind of standard from what I've seen at the higher levels. It looked like he did like 16 hatch and 18 gas, 17 pool. Whatever. It's just minor differences between the openers. But yeah, Marine first. I have not seen a Reaper from Maru yet in all these games so far. It's been Marine opening. So I guess the Marine 𝙀𝙓𝙋𝘼𝙉𝘿 drop with the Hellion like follow-up seems to be more popular. And we have these overlords scouting around looking for the proxy T-Rex this time around. Maru not going straight across the map like he did the last 2 games. He doesn't want to die, or doesn't want to lose drones too easily like he did last game. And yeah, single Marine directly into reactor. If Serral had taken advantage of Maru just opening up the same way every game, with skipping the Reaper, he could have sent these 2 links across the map and maybe got a free SCV pick. Sorry about that. I was getting a little bit of a drink and I hit something. But we have a single link going across the map, wanting to try and deny the building SCV, but it's not going to do anything. There's already a Marine at the ramp, ready for the Zergling, ready for the scouting link. We do have the 3rd hatch on the way, standard time. The Marine's going to come on over here, and it's going to pick up the Zergling with ease. The Zergling's not going to see anything. Serral did not get a chance to see anything at the top of this ramp. So yeah, we're gonna have the same opener like in game 1. Reactor, Marine into Hellion drop. Sorry, not. Actually, no. It's sorry. It was Reactor, Marine, 𝙀𝙓𝙋𝘼𝙉𝙍 drop with Hellions. That's what I meant to say, not the other way around. But yeah, this Hellion's gonna take a look, gonna poke and prod, looking for free creep tumors to pick off, but not gonna find any. And these overlords are doing a good job at scouting everything. Actually, this is a Zergling just hanging out in the middle of the 3rd base, in the middle of the map. Serral's got these queens hanging out at the edge of the creep. This is something that I should improve upon on my own Zerg gameplay, is that having all the queens here protecting the creep tumors while spraying the creep. I'm so used to only having 1 queen doing it, but having 3... that at least guarantees you're going to do a lot more damage to the single Hellion, if not kill it outright. These queens are going to come on up, though. Lots of lings going into the main to protect the main from the drop play that I'm not sure if he spotted it yet, but these Hellions they're just growing in number in front of Serral's face. In the meantime, the medevac drop was scouted. Queens and lings are in position for this drop, like in game 1. 𝙀𝙓𝙋𝘼𝙉𝙍 does drop in the perfect spot yet again, and it is the... oh, okay. This time around, though, Serral only lost one drone. Much better defense this time around by Serral. And, yeah. The deviation, though, between game 1 and game 3 is that Maru is going to go ahead and get himself a 3rd CC rather than additional production. Unlike in game 1, when Maru got the additional production, he was overwhelmed by Roachling Ravager. But because Maru saw the fast layer and the lack of a Roachborn, Maru knows, okay, I can feel a little bit safer about knowing I'm not going to get flooded. I have a little bit more time to get my production up, get my economy going, and he's going to go ahead and Maru's going to go ahead and add 2 more barracks to his production. These 3 queens doing an excellent job spreading creep, getting it out on the map, trying to... Actually, sorry, these 6 queens are doing an excellent job at spreading creep in all directions. And Maru's Hellion Marine attack is in full force with the Raven to help with clearing out these tumors. 𝙀𝙓𝙋𝘼𝙉 does make an excellent connection, but also not just on the Zerglings, but on the Hellions, doing a little bit more friendly hull damage. And there's just too many queens for Maru to really do much more. These queens are gonna come over here though, try to push this army back. Any tumor that goes down though is gonna get forcing 2 cancels though on that 4th base is actually pretty good for Maru. And a lot of creep tumors have gone down. In fact, because there's a Raven, Maru gets to continue to take down these creep tumors for free without wasting scans and saving himself a lot of money. And these Hellions are being as annoying as they can be against Serral. I know one thing that triggers that ever-living hell out of me is when somebody is killing my precious creep tumors as I just spread them all the way out into the middle of the map. All that time and effort gone to waste when they just get all cleared out. 1-1 on the way with Baneling speed for Serral. Maru, on the other hand, 1-1 with a combat shield timing. So when all these upgrades are about to finish, like I believe Maru already has stem. Yeah, he already has stem. When all these upgrades finish, we're going to see a really big engagement. And, much time? Maru's attack is going to hit a little bit faster than Serral's, I believe, because Serral's +1 just lagging a little bit in comparison. Maru going to head up. He's unsieging. He's getting ready for his move out. These Hellions trying to pick off early scouters, trying to get a little bit of just trying to get themselves a little bit ahead of the army to clear out any scouting. Unfortunately though, these Marines and tanks are going to meet this one Zergling on the far right. I was going to call it a precious Zergling, but it wasn't so precious when you kind of leave it hanging on the far right. These Hellions though trying to keep Serral's attention away from the main attack, but at the same time Serral is moving his Ling Bane. Oh, looks like he's gonna pincer. Gonna do a pincer move to attack from the front and the back at the same time and try to cut off reinforcements. We got a lot of queens moving to the front. Serral is in position with the rest of his army, and the queens are taking all the brunt force of the siege tanks. And here we go. There's the sandwich. Lings and Banes getting a perfect surround on everything. Maru does lift up and save about half of his army, I would say, but Serral cleans up and is now pushing forward and bringing the pain to Maru's side of the map. The Marines are going to push forward, but they're going to also just as quickly push back. These siege tanks do an excellent job target firing the Banelings first. And yeah, Maru manages to prevent SCVs from dying. Did a really good job protecting his workers. Serral forced to retreat, and 2-2 is now on the way for both players. And yet again, Maru's is just a little bit faster. A tiny bit faster than Serral's. And compared to game 2, I believe, the 2 upgrades are coming in a lot faster than the 1-1 upgrades. That has everything to do, though. That just shows how much of impact the proxy T-Rex had on both players. Even though Maru got a little bit of a lead, actually quite a bit of a lead in that other game, both players, their upgrades lagged behind by about a couple minutes. And these Marines are going to push forward, and unfortunately a few Marines do die. But at least he saved most of them. Not a whole lot of damage done beyond that, except realistically, Maru did more damage to himself because he did the stem and didn't give his Marines enough time to heal. But that's also because you can't save your Marines' health when you're about to die to Banelings. Again, stemming to poke here and there, get some damage done, try to keep Serral's attention occupied, but trying to occupy his attention. These medevacs definitely doing a good job at keeping Serral busy, while Maru on the other side of the map is getting more units, more tanks, more Marines, and he's getting himself a 4th command center, ready to take a 4th base. Bunch of units though. Oh wait, that Spore Crawler was in range of those medevacs there. At the same time, this drop did just do a little bit of a proc and then fly away. This drop over here, though, unfortunately, is kind of blocked. I mean, it could get out. These 3 medevacs could get out with the boost easily, but Maru really wants to do some damage. But hold that thought. At the same time as that drop, we have the main attack from Serral pushing forward. Lingbane making some nice connections, but are forced to retreat because there's just too much damage output. These drops do... Well, they didn't manage to do anything except force more defense from Serral. And now we have ourselves... Okay, this army is just here to clean up house, try to secure the 4th base location. Excuse me. And yeah, Serral's he's done a really good job at making sure he has constant vision of the map, on his side of the map at least, and trying to, you know, he's trying to keep an eye on what his opponent's doing, making sure and see, hey, am I... Well, anyway, forget about that. Forget about that. I don't want to really, 5th CC on the way for Maru. And Maru's gonna go ahead and clean up some creep tumors before having to lift off. Actually, he's getting a 5th and a 6th command center. If Maru isn't too careful, he could spread himself too thin by expanding too quickly against Serral. It's important that Maru does a lot more damage to what he's done so far. Because Serral, despite everything, he is maxed. He does have a really good worker count. Both players have really good worker counts. They're only off by 4 workers. But now we have Vipers out on the map with 3/3 upgrades finishing for, or starting and finishing for both players. We have like +3 carapace for Serral. I don't think he didn't get +3 yet. No, he's getting missile attack first for his queens. We got a decent split of Marines and Marauders coming on over here, trying to pick up some creep tumors. Maru really wants to clean that base up, but Mass Bane's coming on over here into the to the planetary mean, and they're making excellent connections. The PF does go down, and but the rest of Serral's army does get cleaned up. But a decent amount of damage was done. In terms of resources lost, though, Serral is in the deficit. I was gonna say in the lead of losing a lot more shit, but let's just keep it simple. Serral is in a pretty big deficit compared to Maru when it comes to resources lost. A lot of the invested attacks Serral has made has not necessarily paid off in comparison to Maru. Maru's been done a lot better job at keeping his army alive and dishing out the damage that he needs to. Serral is really low in gas right now. A lot of his gas is being invested into these Banes, a few into the Vipers, but Maru, on the other hand, he's got... Actually, Maru's really poor too, but yeah. Anyway, here comes the Master Bane into the Terran army. Our Terran army is forced to reposition and retreat, but yeah, I'm not sure whose army is scarier. Like, we have Ghosts out, we have Ravens, we have Marine Tank Medevac, we have Marauders to soak up Banelings, but now we have Hydras coming out for Serral, and where there's Hydras in this matchup, there are Lurkers. So, Lurkers are sure to be showing their faces soon. We actually have a Spire on the way for Serral. And, yeah, we have +2... hold that thought. Marine Marauders wanted to pick off this base. And they're not going to get that pick off that they really desperately wanted. This is a very crucial base that, for Serral, definitely a smart move. They took this high yield gas base, trying to not. He's acquired both of them. I mean, Serral's economy, his army is about to get even scary once Ultralists or Broodlords show up. This Ghost showing its face. I don't think this Ghost should be making any sort of moves just yet. But Serral, he really wants to protect the space. Maru really wants to kill it. It's really low. And nice yoinks from the Vipers. Serral is going to pick off 2 medevacs. That's pretty dang good. But yeah, as Serral has both these high yield gas bases, this is going to put a lot of pressure onto Maru. He needs to push out and deny these bases, because the longer that Serral is mining from these high yield gas bases, the scarier Serral's army is going to be when Ultras start popping out and Broodlords. Ultra, Broodlord, Infestor, Viper, all the possibilities. The possibilities are endless, or just a crap ton of lurkers. Ultralists aren't oh, I actually hold that thought. We have Nastling Bane push coming in. The base does go down, but Maru is also trading a lot of his army in exchange for that base. Serral pushing forward, and he's going to make it all the way to the 4th base before he has to retreat. And that forward army from Maru is mostly cleaned up, but the supply is still very, very high for both players. Serral already remaxed. He's getting his Lurker Den. Lurker Den is nearly completed, and we have Neuroparasite on the way for Serral. +3 weapon attack for Maru. That's what I was trying to say earlier, that +2 was on the way for Maru. But now we have +3 on the way. And we have more ghosts being added into the arsenal. It's important that Maru does not sacrifice too many of these ghosts early on, because ghosts do pay off a hell of a lot in the long run. We have a Greater Spider on the way as this push is happening. Once again, this push is actually making excellent connections on some of the ghosts, taking down some of the ghosts. And Maru really, really needs another base. He would ideally want to take this base away. But Maru is going to take what he can get, put down another planetary fortress, and push forward. And yeah, we have Morlings and Banes on the way. And Serral, he's investing a lot of his gas in just a decent amount of Banelings. 29 more Banes on the way. Now Serral's going to push forward with Ling, Bane, Hydra, Viper. We don't have a whole lot of Hydras, but that is a crap ton of Lings. And here we go. Here comes the main attack again into Serral's forward army. A lot of EMPs going off against the Vipers. We have the reinforcement siege tanks coming on in. These Banes are going to make huge connections on top of the Ghosts and the Marines. And this PF is going to go down again. And Maru taking heavy losses, losing 25 SCVs to this Ling Bane army. And Serral is taking another base on the far right while this is all happening. These Ghosts and Raven are here to clean up the creep tubers, but the damage has been done. Maru having to retake a 4th base. Despite all that, Serral managed to find time to put down another base. He did lose this high yield gas base, but did he just put a creep tumor where he could have put a hatchery down? That's unfortunate for Serral if he really wanted to retake that. I think at this point he knows he can't retake it, because Maru's his focal point is over here on this side of the map, trying to deny Serral from retaking that high yield gas base. But yeah, at the same time on the right, no, it's just Morlings and drones. But yes, Serral is trying to keep Maru from taking this high yield gas base, while Maru is trying to deny Serral from retaking it. And now here we go. We have another big push on the way for Serral. Banelings making excellent connections again on the Ghosts. And these Ghosts are taking quite a beating here. Friday the Banes. Banelings making connections, killing 10 more SCVs and nearly taking down that command center. If that command center does go down, that is... I don't want to say that's going to be it for Maru, but it's looking like Serral's going to close this game out very soon here if that CC does go down. We do have more Ghosts here in the middle of the map. I don't know how much longer Maru can keep it up with the Ghost production. Maru pushing forward on the right side now, with repositioning his focal point. Instead of focusing on the left, he's now focusing on the right, because this is the freshest base Serral has taken. It may not be a high yield gas base, but it sure as hell is a base nonetheless that needs to be taken care of. And now that 4th base for Maru being besieged upon and forcing the SCVs to retreat, TF is on the way to protect, but at the same time, another big attack from Serral pushing forward. Lings and Banes pushing the attack force from Maru back, and siege tanks trying to focus on the Banes, but there's just too many units, and a lot of Maru's army has gone down once again. Ghosts pushing forward with Ravens. but no siege tank support this time around. Just, oh, actually that's a lie. One siege tank is here to support. These ghosts though are gonna meet their demise to these banelings if there's nothing here to protect them. We've seen it already. Serral has taken down quite a few ghosts with Ling Bane alone. And now this second high yield gas base is going to be denied by ghosts. Maru is pushing forward with this ghost army, and unfortunately though for Maru, he is down 50 supply to Serral, and now the siege tank is going to go down to these cracklings. They are cracklings now, I believe. Yeah, they are cracklings. And the Lings do burrow, hiding, forcing a scan. But Maru's not going to get all of them. He's missed 3. And this high yield gas space is going to be reacquired. Both of them being reacquired by Serral. Serral may have been pushed back a little bit, but he has so much gas. He's really lacking the minerals though. But at least he's doing better than Maru. Maru has lost a lot. In fact, he's about to lose even more SCVs to this Ling Bane attack, pushing Maru's SCVs back into the... Well, actually, there is no third base. Maru's freaking... He's not mining. He's pretty much dead in the water. This is Maru's final push, his final attack here. He's not mining. He cannot do anything if he loses this entire army, which looks like Maru is going to lose a lot of this army. And both overseers do go down. These ghosts doing terrible, terrible damage to Serral's army. But Serral... The upside is that Serral's actually mining. Maru isn't. Maru's got no mining bases, and that's... Instead of Serral just outright killing Maru's army, he's strangling Maru by, well, suffocating him by preventing him from mining. One of the most painful ways to lose in StarCraft 2 is when you can't do anything. Your opponent wants you to stick around, but you can't play because you can't mine. Luckily for Maru, though, he doesn't need SCVs to mine. He could go with pure mules, but oh, this infestor though, nearling a ghost. Oh, excellent. Does EMP the other ghost. There's no EMPs, and GG, well played. Serral takes the game. That was a lot more interesting of a game this time around. I enjoyed this one a lot. If you guys enjoyed this replay cast, be sure to submit your replays at seoulreplays@gmail.com. That's SEOUL replays@gmail.com, or you can join my Discords in the description down below, and submit your replay in the StarCraft stuff section. If you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take it easy.
Thanks for watching. Really hope you enjoyed that video just now. If you wouldn't mind clicking that like, subscribe, and the bell notification down below, really appreciate it. Also, be sure to follow me on my Twitter and Twitch.